Hey Joe, how are you?
Hey Joe, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's great to see you. It's getting a little harder to see you under all the beard and hair growth from your time in the field. You've been going nonstop.
Oh yeah, it's been a busy year. I'm approaching 3,500 kilometers surveyed this year, and 7 months in the field. So the beard goes to show, and probably how dirty and raggedy I look. But we're still pushing on. This will be my final expedition of the year, and as you said, it's an important one here in the DRC on the Lufira River, which is one of the headwaters, one of the sources of the Congo River system. So it's my first time to explore the Congo. First time for me in the DRC, and it's been a really interesting and challenging trip thus far.
Yeah. All right. Well, Joe, I'm going to make you big screen. Let's take a little look of the surroundings. Let's see you're right on the bank of the river. I can hear some of your campmates in the background. Let's take a little look. Let's set the stage.
Yeah, so behind me here, you can see the Lufira River. Down there at the bottom of this set of rapids, there's a fisherman in his dugout canoe. And we are just downstream of two hydropower dams, which separate the upper Lufira from the lower Lufira. And we're going to be entering a stretch of river with a lot of rapids coming up. So we're going to be switching from our canoes into our inflatable boats tomorrow. And I'm going to swing around here. Kadila, say hello.
Hello.
This is Kadila, our camp manager. He's been busy cooking all the food, making sure we stay fed. There's Kevius.
Hello, hello.
And
Hey
Dominic.
guys,
Hello.
great to have
Uh,
you with us.
yeah, so
Yeah.
these are our camp crew. They're also our canoe captains. So these guys have been doing a lot of work on the river thus far. We've got a park guard here.
Hi.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Cheers. Okay, cheers.
Awesome.
And swinging around a bit here, you can see we've got some tents set up. We've got our trailer with our canoes. We've got our two land cruisers, which are getting beat up out here on the rough roads of the DRC. We've got some equipment scattered about, and this is our kitchen setup here. So we've got food in all these yellow capsized containers. We've got a nice table where we've got our coffee and tea and peanut butter and all the other luxuries. And well, let me actually point back. So the landscape here is mostly Miombo woodland. So it's a mix of grasslands and a few different tree species. But we're moving into an area with more thorn trees than we've seen previously. And again, swinging back toward the river, the Lufira River is here. It's flowing down this direction. Right now, it's flowing northward, and it's a pretty big river. Although right now it's extremely low. So we are at the end of the dry season, and this is about as low as the river will ever be all year. And so we've got some interesting navigation challenges ahead of us. But it should be really exciting as we are the first team to paddle the Lufira River. So a lot of this stuff, we're the first people to actually see it, and certainly the first scientists to study it. And we've had a nice, interesting, busy day today. We paddled the last 20 kilometers above the Mulungushi hydropower dam. And then we extracted there and drove around to the reservoir in between two hydropower dams. And we became the first team of scientists to have access to sample in between these dams. So it was really interesting to get the chance to go in there, put our nets in the water, sample the environmental DNA and the benthic macroinvertebrates. So fingers crossed for really good fishes tomorrow to add to our collection. And not only are we going to survey that area, but we're going to survey right here behind me in the rapids. and we're going to be using our backpack electrofisher. So we should get all sorts of interesting rapids adapted fishes, and we're entering a new biogeographic zone of the Lufira. Over the last 12 days, we've been surveying right from the source of the river to here, and from here down, we're going to enter the middle Lufira, and it's going to have a completely different assemblage of fishes, a lot of fish that I've never seen before, which is always exciting. And then we're going to enter into some national parks. So we've got Kundalungu National Park and then Upemba National Park. And so we're going to be able to survey the entirety of the middle Lufira and then a bit of the lower Lufira as well. But we are going to stop a little bit before the confluence because there are some security risks down there, including armed rebel groups that control stretches of the river. So we're going to hopefully stop before we get into the rebel territory. But it is absolutely beautiful. It's sunset right now, and you couldn't ask for a more picturesque spot to camp for the night. And I've got my tent pitched right on the edge of the bank. So if I step out quickly, I'm going to fall right into the river, which is just the way I like it. I like the waterfront camp spot.